I never planned for it to last 7 months. I told myself it would end after one mistake, then 1 week became another. One lie became many. Now my husband says I can't undo it and he wants a divorce. And the hardest part is knowing he's right. Before I continue, please subscribe to this channel if you follow real-life relationship stories told honestly. Your support helps these stories reach people who may need them. My name is Rebecca. I'm 40 years old, and until recently I was married for 12 years. From the outside, our marriage looks stable. No shouting, no drama, a quiet life, but quiet can turn into empty if you stop paying attention. My husband Tom is a good man, steady, loyal, predictable in the best way. He always showed up, always kept his promises. Somewhere along the way, I stopped noticing that. I didn't cheat because I was unhappy with him. I cheated because I was unhappy with myself. It started at work, a new coworker, friendly conversations, compliments I hadn't heard in years. I felt seen again, not as a wife, not as someone's routine, but as a person. At first it was harmless, coffee breaks, long talks, laughing too much. I told myself it was nothing. Then it crossed a line. The first time I went home and cried in the shower, I told myself I would end it immediately. I promised myself it was a mistake. But I didn't stop. Because the attention felt good. Because it filled something inside me I hadn't admitted was empty. Because going back to normal life felt harder than continuing the lie. 7 months passed. 7 months of secrets, of deleting messages, of lying about where I was, of looking my husband in the eyes and pretending everything was fine. Tom trusted me completely. That's what makes this worse. I convinced myself I was protecting him by not telling him. I told myself the truth would only hurt him, that if I ended it quietly, no one would ever know. That was selfish. The truth came out in the simplest way. No dramatic scene, no confrontation. He found messages. He didn't yell, he didn't throw things. He just sat down and asked one question. How long? When I told him, his face changed in a way I can't forget. Not anger. Jog. 7 months is not a mistake. It's a choice repeated over and over. I begged, I cried, I told him it meant nothing. I told him I would do anything to fix it. Therapy, transparency, quitting my job, anything. He listened quietly. Then he said something that still echoes in my head. You don't undo 7 months by saying sorry. That's when I realized something important. Apologies don't erase patterns. He told me he felt foolish, that every memory from those 7 months felt fake now, that he questioned everything, holidays, dinners, conversations. I don't know what was real, he said. I told him I loved him. He said love doesn't live next to lies for that long. We tried counseling for a short time. I hoped it would save us. I hoped time would soften things. But trust doesn't heal on a schedule. Tom became quiet, distant, polite, like someone already grieving. One night, he told me he wanted a divorce. Not because he hated me. Because he couldn't live with what he now knew. I don't want to become someone who checks your phone or doubts every word, he said. That's not who I am. I asked him if there was anything I could do. He shook his head. You already did everything, he said. That's the problem. I moved out a month later. Friends were shocked. Some blamed him for not trying harder. Some blamed me completely. Most didn't know what to say. The other man disappeared from my life quickly. The connection I thought meant something vanished the moment real consequences appeared. And that's when reality hit hardest. I didn't lose my marriage for love. I lost it for validation. For attention. For a feeling that didn't last. I live alone now, quiet apartment, quiet nights, plenty of time to think. I think about all the chances I had to stop, all the moments I could have chosen honesty, all the times I told myself I'd fix it later. Later never came. I've learned something painful but important. You don't ruin a marriage with one bad decision. You ruin it by continuing when you know it's wrong. 7 months told my husband more than any apology ever could. It told him I was capable of living a double life. It told him I could look calm while lying. It told him he wasn't safe with me. And safety is everything in marriage. If you're watching this and hiding something, please listen carefully. Secrets don't stay small. Time doesn't make betrayal easier to forgive. And love doesn't survive without trust. I can't undo what I did. I can only take responsibility for it. My husband says he can't undo 7 months. And he's right. Sometimes the truth doesn't set you free. Sometimes it simply tells you what you've already lost. If this story resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and remember, some lessons cost more than we ever expect.